And the poem is "Look on the bright side. For every negative that consumes your happiness, affirm two positives that sustains you. For every should've you wish you've done, acknowledge something you're glad you did. For every loss that has altered your world, count from it something you gained. For every limit that has ever beset you, consider your possibilities. You can't always change the way things are, but you can change the way you wish to see them. Never stop looking for the brighter side and beyond. Looking on the Bright Side by Eric T. Moore. I'll share that so I'm in my garden, and hopefully I was debating whether to stream from my garden or from indoors, and Mother Nature and the sunshine got the better of me. There are a few more distractions, but the only Zen you'll find on a mountain is the Zen you bring there. So do come to a comfortable seat. Just lying down if you have the space to do so. All you need is mindfulness, being aware of your mind and your breath. That's all you need for meditation. So if you want to come to a comfortable position, I'm sitting up on 2 blocks on my yoga mat in the garden here, and feel free to close the eyes as you have a little sway about like a pendulum, just to feel the weight drop into each sit bone. And let that swaying dissipate, and then gently rock back and forth, rocking back and forth. Feel free to keep the eyes closed if it's comfortable for you to do so. Perhaps even swallow to release any tension through your throat and your jaw. And then find that spot where you're dead center on your sit bones, and the weight is even on both left side and right side. Feel your spine grow nice and tall. Imagine your spine, each vertebra is stacking and separating with the inhale of breath, rolling the shoulders up, back and down. Imagine your shoulder blades dripping into back pockets, dripping shoulder blades into back pockets. Notice if your head is jutting forward, bring the head back in line with your spine, bringing it into the present moment and floating it sweetly above your body. Check that your ears are equal distance from your shoulders, so your head isn't naturally tilting to one side more than the other, just to find that symmetry between left and right side, just being aware of your physical body and how you are in relation to space. Yeah, just noticing, not judging, just noticing. Swallow to release any tension through your throat and jaw, and maybe even having a little rub around with your tongue inside the environment of your mouth. So if you are feeling quite tired, with the eyes closed, gaze up into your brains. This will help keep a certain level of alertness in your mind. But if you're feeling quite alert and there's a lot going on in your mind, then dial your gaze down. Rest your gaze behind your sternum, where your heart resides. And as you begin to relax your mind, let go of your thoughts. Relax your mind and let go of your thoughts. Feel free to make any fidgets and little adjustments in your body so you can find a comfortable seat and settle into your mind. And once you get comfortable, take a big breath in and a long sigh out. Twice more, big breath in and a long sigh out. See if you can make that third sigh out 3 times longer than the in-breath. Gently closing the mouth, and proceed to breathe in and out through the nostrils if you can. In and out through the nostrils. Unless you have any blocked sinuses or cold, then do breathe through the mouth as necessary. But if you can, breathe through the nose. And we're going to just let our mind settle with the sound of this singing bowl. And as you breathe out, imagine your breath being carried by that sound wave into the distance. Let your breath carry your thoughts away with the fading sound. And can you imagine the sound of so when you breathe in, so, and as you breathe out, hum. So inhaling to the sound silently, so, and in your own time, so, as you begin to create a sense of equanimity within your own environment, letting anything that you can pick up, other external sounds, let them fade away. As you create your own sanctuary through your breath and making the internal sounds of so and hum. And as you breathe into the sounds of so, imagine it reaching through your whole body and down into the legs and as far as your toes. And as you exhale it back the way it came and out through the nostrils. Now inhaling it down to the ankles and back up through the legs, the hips, the body and the breath. Inhaling it as far as to your knees to the sound of so, hum. And then inhaling to the stability of the hips to the sound of so, as if you're anointing each joint of the body. And then as you're inhaling the sound of so, imagining it like piano tapping into every vertebra of your spine. Oops! And as you exhale, hum. And then breathing into the shoulders, the shoulder joints, the sound of so, as if that sound is blessing each joint. Bringing balance. And then inhaling the sound of so, visualizing the elbows. Into both wrists, in your own time, journey with your breath and your mind's eye to the delicate architecture of the wrists. And then to all 10 fingertips, like little drops of anointment of so into each fingertip. And hum. Continue to breathe into the sound of so and exhaling to the sound of hum. Notice if the spine has softened and slouched. See if you can erect the spine, be firm but not rigid. Notice if your mind got distracted by any thoughts that may enter, just let them fade and bring your awareness back to breathing into the sound of so. And as you breathe between the two sounds, begin to bring your awareness to what you're feeling in your body. Does any part of you feels a little bit tight or stiff? Can you exhale into that space, acknowledging how you are? And as you breathe between the two, imagine the opposites in your own body. So the bones are strong, heavy structures that keep the skeleton that helps erect your spine, gives you structure. But then the breath that moves through you is very amenable, spacious and light, like your skin. Just imagining how the skin is permeable, soft, Just observing any parts of you that may feel a little tight or relaxed. Comparing front body with back body. Left side with right side. And imagining your breath is a golden thread that weaves it all together. Your breath is a golden thread that weaves it all together. Weaving the beautiful tapestry that makes up your life. A beautiful tapestry that makes up your life. And as you study this tapestry of your life, what are the colors that make up the patterns? What shapes are the pieces? Are they round or square? Cylinder or rectangle? Are they filled with spots or waves? Are there any geometric designs, shapes, lines? Or are they more free form? Just imagining the tapestry of your life. How would it look if you were to visualize it for real? Often what we visualize is a inner heart desire, aspirations for how we'd perhaps like to be, how we'd like to feel. And often we may not always feel like that, and that's okay, because life is like a roller coaster. We have its peaks and we have its troughs. Let us be reminded that the experiences that we go through don't define our life. The experiences we go through don't define our life. It's what we make of those experiences and what we learn from those experiences that makes us who we are, rather than the experience themselves. So let that seep into your cells. Let that seep into your cells. Reminding ourselves that we are not the thinker, but we are the person behind those thoughts. Let your mind be brought back to the sound of the singing bowl. Gently tune into how you feel now, taking a few moments for some mindfulness. working through the breath and sounds internally as you scan the body and the different joints. Bring your awareness from the fingertips where you last were, up through your wrists, elbows and shoulders, to your throat center. Swallow here to release any tension in your throat, your jaw. So you can grow the back of the neck nice and long, allowing your head to float sweetly above your spine. Notice the skin on your face, the forehead, around the eyes, the nose and lips. Are they relaxed, or are you frowning? Can you relax the skin? And maybe even turn the corners of your lips up and smile. Good. I'd like to share with you this meditation technique that I often do when I'm traveling and I'm moving about. So if you still have the eyes closed, maybe gently open them. I'd like to show you this breathing technique when I often use mala beads, and if I don't have my mala beads on me, then I can use my hand. So if you have your hand up, whichever hand that you're dominant with, and this is a breathing technique that I use, and I spiral around the different segments of the fingers. So if you have a look at your fingers, your 4 fingers, you've got 3 sections per finger. So that makes 12. So you're going to place your thumb onto the index finger and you just simply take a breath in and out. Only at the end of the exhale, before you take your next in breath, you move your thumb to the middle finger. Take a breath in and out. Wait, because often the mind wants to rush, so move your thumb to the ring finger. Feel the sensations of that touch as you breathe in and out. Take your time and then move your thumb to the ring finger. Breathing in and out. Now at the little finger, move your thumb to the midsection of the little finger, moving the thumb there, breathing in and slowly out. Be relaxed with the breathing, there's no need to strain. Move your thumb to the bottom section of the little finger, breathing in and out. Now move your thumb to the bottom section of the ring finger, so you do all the lower section, breathing in and out. Take your time. When you come to inhale the next breath, to the middle finger and out. When you're ready to breathe in, move the thumb to the bottom segment of the index finger and out. Move your thumb up to the midsection of the index finger and out. Now work across to the midsection of the middle finger, breathing in and out. And then finally, thumb to the ring finger midsection. So what you can do here is using your fingers to help anchor the mind with your breath. So what we did was we went in a spiral from the outer rims into the ring finger, and then you're going to go back out from the ring finger middle section to the middle finger, and then you're going to spiral back the way you came. So let's do that. So middle thumb to the middle finger to the middle section of the ring finger. Take a breath in and out. Moving your awareness and thumb to the midsection of the middle finger. You might have to look because you may not be used to the sensation of the touch. Is that the right part of the finger? Is it the right finger? And out. And then maybe have a little peep, moving the thumb to the midsection of the index finger, the finger that you point with as you breathe in and out. Moving the thumb to the bottom section of the index finger, breathing in and out. Take your time to work through the bottom section of the middle finger. Take your time. Often the mind wants to rush and move on to the next section. So this breath and moving with your fingers really helps anchor the mind to the here and now. Now we all breathe through a different rhythm because we have different lung capacities, different sized chests. So take your time. There's no need to feel that you need to keep up. Worry not if you lose your position. Just simply start off from where you last were, or just begin again. There's no wrong way to do it because you can make up the rules. Take your time. And then eventually finding thumb to index finger at the top section. So when you couldn't see my hand, I was resting the back of my hand on my thigh, so I don't need to torque my shoulder or use my muscles. And what I do is I often do that 12 breaths and then 12 back. So that's 11 back actually, because I don't do the ring finger twice. So that's 23 times. And then when I want to sit for longer with my breath as a form of meditation, then I can conjure up different sequences that helps keep my mind alert so I don't go into a foggy brain. So I concoct different sequences, not too complicated, but they're all following each other. So this might be something that you might want to play around with for the next week, and let me know how you get on, and let me know, and maybe draw your hand and draw the different breath meditation sequences that you might like to do. I've got some complex ones which I've done where I also do the folding of the thumb in and then pressing and wrapping the finger around the thumb, so that's one breath, and then I take my time, work through all the breaths, and then I release, so that's another, and then touching fingers to thumb. So you'll always have your hands, so you can always do that breath meditation with the different sections of your fingers. So I hope you find that useful. I often do this when I happen to be sitting on a bus or if I'm on a train. I have my hand in my pocket. No one else can see you doing it. Only you know that you're finding centeredness and groundedness through your breath, through these wonderful meditation techniques, using your fingers and counting with your breath. So I hope you find that useful today for Wellness Wednesday, and I look forward to connecting with you all. You can just take a moment to close, maybe extend the arms out, provided you don't punch anybody, then arms forward and up. Have a little stretch side to side, allowing the lungs to take in a little bit more air, and as you exhale, hands together, bringing goodness of your practice, hands together, and then dropping chin to throat. Turn the corners of your lips up, send a little smile into your heart. Because when you smile into your heart, you massage it with your compassion. Meditation is a practice of coming home to yourself. Meditation is a practice of coming home to yourself. Namaste. Thank you.